Humble get no respect.
Alright. So we're back. Quarantine Radio relaunch show. Kind of a couple technical difficulties. We're trying to do the live stream and everything. Seem like Facebook is not cooperating with me. So one thing I'm going to try to do is actually record this, and most likely going to upload it up on YouTube if this doesn't come out with the live stream. You know, like I said, we're on a new platform and everything. Everybody that's been rocking with us since day one. A lot of people have been asking us to come back and everything. I had to make sure that we were on the right platform to actually do this. I had a lot of people come up to me and ask me to be part of their thing. It didn't feel right. Now we have an opportunity with the interactive showroom. They actually set it up where I can actually come and broadcast live in their event showroom and everything. So here we are, relaunch, and you know I had to bring back my boy Madison Jay.
County.
Yes. Everybody that's been rocking us with us since day one. Like, how many times you been on the show, man?
I want to say at least about 3.
Because I know that you came, like, we had the WrestleMania special, came up on there. Raps, like, we talked about Raps Like Wrestling, everything like that. Like, this song since high school.
Yeah. Many years.
Yeah, we were just chopping it up because, like, I don't know if you're in the Raleigh area, Athens Drive, Southern, Southeast, 35 side.
Yeah, shouts out to T, right?
You know?
You already know.
So this my brother since high school, and like he's been doing a lot of great things this year with the return of the Gap and everything. I've been seeing him blowing up all over the place, so I had to bring him up on the show. First show, relaunch and everything. Had to bring him up on the show, see what's going on and everything. But before we get into that, you already know how we do. Going to get into some music, independent style. You're probably going to hear some music that we had in the past. Like I said, we branching out a little bit slow, bringing in new people and everything, getting new music and stuff like that. But first track that I'm about to play is Madison Jay. Like I said, I'm on my new platform and everything, so I gotta. Okay, here we go. I like this track right here, For Eternity. We're gonna play For Eternity first, then we're gonna come up with the. I'm just gonna surprise people coming up. New single that he has, new video coming out. I'm gonna have him talk about that as well. But here's For Eternity, For Eternity.
Footsteps in the sand for eternity, nigga. Waited my whole life for eternity, nigga. My name etched in stone for eternity, nigga. Historical shit for eternity, nigga. All this hatred, that's concerning me, nigga. All these lights flashing around, emergency, nigga. I gotta stack chips with an urgency, nigga. Wake these niggas up, how you ain't heard of me, nigga? Bitch was still caught up in the struggle, hey. Bitch was still caught up in the grind, hey. Bitch was still caught up in the life, hey. But that won't mean a nigga won't shine, hey. I just read every verse in the Bible. The signs are becoming so clear, the ending gets near. I'm the one that they fear. The humble shit ending next year. Yeah, this is a biblical proportions. Hey. My contracts need bigger portions. Hey. You just in it for fast portions. Hey. Well, I need bricks to build a fortress. Hey. Clearly, this is God forces. Hey. In the test of my life, multiple choices. Hey. Man, the kids gotta eat, my nigga. So what the fuck you think? I'm hearing multiple voices. Niggas getting caught up in this rap shit, inside the illusion of fame. Yeah, you got bars, yeah, you so dope. Will that be enough for the Hall of Fame? Came from the mud, came from the sludge. My greatness is real, can't hold up a grudge. Niggas throwing crip, niggas throwing blood. Nigga, this is county, so you know it's all love. All you gotta do is check the scriptures. You'll see my name's all in the text. My aim is the best, so for eternity, nigga, that's what we aiming for next. Yes. For eternity, nigga. Waited my whole life for eternity, nigga. My name etched in stone for eternity, nigga. Historical shit for eternity, nigga.
I don't wanna get in my bag, and you don't wanna make me mad, I don't really do battle rap, but I will fuck you up bad, No, I don't wanna be your friend, No, I don't wanna join your clique, I got my own shit, SKE records on the road, bitch. I know a lot of people blind to the fact, but I know all these rappers do is lie in they raps. Word to mother, I will eat them till I'm tired and I'm fat. I be trying to keep my cool, to keep my mind off it, but I hate these rappers. They just lie. 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 I hate these rappers. Man, I swear I think that is whack. All these rappers talking about these bad bitches and these racks. How they put work in the streets, how they bees in the trap. Crazy part about it is they don't do none of that. I hate these rappers. You got shot when the jail now make you a real nigga. Cause you got a little fame now make you a trill nigga. Y'all just some drug addicts with a fucking record deal, nigga. I'ma tell her how it is, give a fuck how you feel, nigga. You don't knock hoes like timber, you're throwing cold like winter. Tight ass jeans, haircuts, remind me of Caitlyn Jenner. You niggas lying about this, you niggas lying about that. Before rap, you ain't never sell no crack, you ain't never bust no gap. I hate these rappers. God damn it, it's making me mad. I hate these rappers. Dick eating and following facts. I hate these rappers. I'ma stay on my grind, I'm gonna always shine. I'ma be fine, but this shit is on my mind, so I gotta say it one more time. I hate these rappers. I know a lot of people blind to the fact, but I know all these rappers do is lie in they raps. Word to mother, I will eat them till I'm tired and I'm fat. I be trying to keep my cool, to keep my mind off it, but I hate these rappers. They just lie. 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 I hate these rappers. They spending commas and they owe it to the label. Then they bragging on they sauce, they bank account look like a bagel. They don't read the fucking documents that's sitting on the table. They get raked all in their ass and try to blame it on the man. That's some disgusting shit. When will they learn? What will they learn? They wondering when will they earn? What will they earn? They looking up like when my turn? When is my turn? Like Usher Raymond, let it burn, just let it burn. Fake ass gangsta rappers, y'all actors are bastards. I sense jealousy when you pass us with your BB gun to blast us. I don't care about the guns you tote, I don't care about the drugs you sold. And if we ever go bar for bar, better hold God bless your soul. You heard? And all of you rappers are funny to me. Y'all hit up Q for promotion and try to get it for free. You see my team, know the game, we in a whole different league. But most of all, none of you rappers ain't fucking with me. You heard? I know a lot of people blind to the fact, but I know all these rappers do is lie in they raps. Word to mother, I will eat them till I'm tired and I'm fat. I be trying to keep my cool, to keep my mind off it, but I hate these rappers. They just lie. I hate these rappers. They just lie, 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 lie. I hate these rappers. They just lie, 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 lie. I hate these rappers. They just lie, 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 lie. I hate these rappers.
What up, phone? What up, phone? Shout out to my niggas out west. They say, what up, phone? What up, phone? Had to bring it on out to the east. I'm like, what up, phone? What up, phone? Running around all through the streets. I'm like, what up, phone? What up, phone? Y'all niggas ain't got no sauce like me, phone. Shout out to my niggas out west. They say, what up, phone? What up, phone? Had to bring it on out to the east. I'm like, what up, phone? What up, phone? Running around all through the streets, I'm like, what up, phone? Y'all niggas ain't got no sauce like me, phone. I got a bad one, she got a lot of junk in her trunk. I'm finna take her home, I'm finna see what's up with that phone. I got thug passion in the big old bag of that skunk. When she opened it up, she looked up with a smirk, now that's phone. When she opened it up, she looked up with a smirk, now that's phone. When she opened it up, she looked up with a smoke, and that's phone. I'm swagging on them, saucing on them, balling on them, hauling on them, they calling on them like phone. Shout out to my niggas out west, they say, what up, phone? Had to bring it on out to the east, I'm like, what up, phone? Running around all through the streets, I'm like, what up, phone? Y'all niggas ain't got no sauce like me, phone. Shout out to my niggas out west, they say, what up, phone? Had to bring it on out to the east, I'm like, what up, phone? Running around all through the streets, I'm like, what up, phone? Y'all niggas ain't got no sauce like me, phone. Like a funkadelic, call me Lucci Collins. Got a Uchi wildin' like a QB album. Lucci stacking, Lucci piling. Lucci make these bitches do the Uchi Coochie in the back of a blue Impala. Lucci paper proper, Lucci make a holla. Lucci, 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 Lucci. Lucci don't play no games, I put it down, I'm funk. I'm finna smoke that haze, I'm finna drink that Henny till I'm drunk. I got a box of condoms, finna hit that bitch with that dome. She finna slide through, she gon' hit me off with that phone. She heard no phone. She gon' hit me off with that phone. She finna slide through, she gon' hit me off with that phone. She finna slide through, she gon' hit me off. I'm swagging on them, saucing on them, balling on them, hauling on them, they calling on them like phone. Shout out to my niggas out west, they say, what up, phone? Had to bring it on out to the east, I'm like, what up, phone? Running around all through the streets, I'm like, what up, phone? Y'all niggas ain't got no sauce like me, phone. Shout out to my niggas out west, they say, what up, phone?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like sweet sounds of melody. To hear rough things that you're telling me. What looks so fine should be a felony. But there's no place that I'd rather
So
be.
I'm here with
Whoa.
you.
So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cold champagne, wonderful evening. Cold champagne, beautiful night. Cold champagne, love it or leave it. She already told me that she having the time of her life. Warm brandy out of cold glass. Warm brandy, apple rose splash. Warm brandy in the round ass. Cut the end of the stogie, smoke it and then kick back and laugh. I tell her, holla if you're no good. Then put my feet up on that rosewood. High class, top dollar. Nice to meet you, sweetie. Really, this is my honor. I know a gold medal when I see it now. Standing there looking like rose petals in an evening gown. The type of beautiful woman you only read about. You already know what it is whenever it's me around.
Sweet sounds of melody. To hear rough things that you're telling me. What look so fine should be a felony. But there's no place that I'd rather be. Woo. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cold Chardonnay and fresh fruit. Cold Chardonnay in my best suit. Cold Chardonnay in the Lex Coupe. She just wanna hold it while we rollin' Summit Avenue. Warm sake in a half graph. Warm sake in a bubble bath. Warm rice wine out of Okinawa. Can't help but notice cherry blossoms as we roll past. I'm with a diva that's pretty, you know. They gave me the key to the city, you know. And this wrist game 20 below. Cause I do it like nobody ever did it before. She call me Big Papa in a helicopter. I tell her word proper like a teleprompter. I showed her another lifestyle. So won't you turn the music up and cut the lights down? Like
It's loud. Sweet sounds of melody. To hear all the things that you're telling me. What looks so fine should be a felony. But there's no place that I'd rather be. Woo. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give it to me, yeah. So give it to me, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. We're back.
Yo, them shits was fire. Every single one of those tracks was fire. Shouts out to Snipe. Shouts out to Fat Boy. Hey man, yo, ill man. You got some ill friends, dog. You got some ill friends, dog.
And second track, I Hate These Rappers was by that. Why did I just get brain freeze? Trail Mac.
Trail. Hey, listen, bro. Fire.
Yeah, shout out to Q, Street Knowledge Entertainment and everything.
Yeah, shouts out to Street Knowledge, man.
Yeah. We got like I said, we got Madison Jay in the building.
County.
We got Madison Jay. This is a relaunch, and like I said, this is a new platform. We're trying to get some kinks out and everything. The live broadcasting didn't go as planned and stuff like that, but I got the phone up and everything so that everybody see on Facebook and everything. And like as you see over here, I am videotaping, so I'm going to try to get this up on YouTube as well later on, do some editing and whatnot. So starting off and everything, Return to the Gap.
You already know.
Return to the Gap. Let's talk about Return to the Gap.
All right, let's dig in.
You dropped it and everything first.
Right.
I listened to it myself. I see that you poured a lot into it.
Yeah.
Got real deep into it. First track was heart tugging and everything.
Right.
What was your process of going through all this?
Man, listen. To put the well, first off, I had to start an album like Return to the Gap off with an intro, like the Return to the Gap intro, just because it was so introspective. Like if you've never met me a day in your life, if you've never experienced any of my music, the first thing when you hear this album is gonna be that intro, because it's gonna give you a clear story of, who I am as a person, and basically what would lead you up to everything that you encounter with me musically up until this point. So give you a history, just my living situations as a youth, my kids, speaking on them, speaking on my mom, speaking on my pops. It's just real life situations throughout the intro, as well as the whole album and the body of work. It's just basically it's a large slice of my life for 20 odd years, poured down in the audio form, and that's why I feel so special about that album, just because it means I put a lot into it. I put a honest lot into it, and it's crazy to see a year and a half later the effects of how people still getting in tune with it, and the singles are bubbling off of it. So beautiful process, man.
Okay. You said it took you a year and a half to actually do this album?
The actual album in itself, I would say, it's crazy. The if we want to include writing, it was really about 4 years. Some of these tracks I already had, already written out, It was just a matter of the timing of putting them out. The intro, for instance, I know that beat for about a few months before I even recorded it. Shouts out to Sam Perez. He just basically, I had the idea of looping the Tonight record, John Legend. He basically, you know what I mean, Sam P looped that joint, and I was able to actually have my truth already written out and then apply it to the beat. And for me, that was like critically important. Zip, 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 zips. Got Zips in the building. What's going on, man? Hey. But I think really, man, I would hope more artists will go into digging in to do that. Give the people more of yourself, whatever that is, whatever realm you in. Give people more of yourself and not what you feel like they want to hear or what they might need. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing like giving somebody yourself, especially with this what we do with this art form of music, man. It's all about expression of self. So that Return of the Gap is like the ultimate expression of self for me.
Okay. So, and like before, like I see before the album even came out, like
Right.
I seen your promo game and
Right.
everything, like
Right.
Instagram, Facebook, picture of the Gap everywhere,
Right,
sign
right.
and everything. Like,
Right.
like what was your thought process of like promoting this and making sure that people were aware of what was going on and stuff like that? Like, cause like that's one thing. Like, you don't have like a machine behind you,
Right.
but it was like you were everywhere.
Right.
So like, how did you accomplish this?
And the funny thing is, bro, is like the what you just said, not having a machine behind me. Correction, I am the machine that's behind myself. So for other artists, if you're listening, if you seeing this, if you tuned in, always remember you're the motherfucking machine. Pardon self. You are the machine. No one's gonna push you harder than yourself. So at the end of the day, it's key to always remember, hey, go 100%. Actually, go 124% of everything that you're doing. Because at the end of the day, all the results will come in off of the push. If you give yourself 20% push, you're going to get 20% results. Same way, if you give yourself 100% push, you're going to get 100% results, which is what I did with Return of the Gap. What I was able to do, what I was able to work with, I was able to make some shit shake. So therefore, I was able to leave that anticipation up to the release of the project, and I felt like I did a good job with that.
Okay. Like with everybody that's surrounding you and everything,
Right.
Like what advice did you get from people that are actually doing what you're doing right now before you actually went? Like who gave you the best advice on like how to proceed with this?
Really just time. Time gives the best advice because throughout time you'll learn everything. It's been quite a few people in the journey that have dropped jewels, and they know that they are just because I'm the type of person that's always going to adhere to those jewels and let people know like, hey, I appreciate that, dropping those gems on me. I applied it to X, Y, and Z, and this is the results, and I just want to give it thanks to you. So no one in particular, but at the end of the day, time for me is like the best teacher because, like I said, as time progresses on and keeps moving, you're like, okay, what I did 3 years ago, I can't do now. So therefore, that's the biggest lesson right there is to be able to learn that. What's actually something that's critical to understand, though, is like, yo, a lot of people aren't here to get those lessons. Hence, why it's important to adhere to your lessons once you see them.
Okay. And as far as North Carolina concerned, 'cause like there's been a lot of buzz on the internet and stuff
Crazy
like that.
buzz right now.
List and everything. People putting out their own-
List.
putting out their own lists and stuff like that. Like-
Grocery list, man. That's all I give a fuck about. This grocery list, dog.
Like I like me personally, I don't want to seem biased and stuff like that, but like some of these people that I personally never heard of, but I see who's been putting in work.
Right.
Like, how did you feel like when you saw the list and stuff like that, and then because like a lot like since the beginning of the show, because I think like when I started my show, like we don't even have that anymore. The Underground Music Awards.
Right.
We don't even have that on, but we have the Carolina Music Awards. People voting on that stuff like that. And a lot of people that come on the show, they talk about it's favoritism and stuff like that. But I learned about some of the people that I actually see winning the awards and stuff like that. They do put in work, But then I see other people that actually put in work, but it like they don't get recognized.
And at the end of the day, just speaking on myself, I don't get recognized. All right, one hiccup doesn't stop the ship from rolling. Like, gotta keep pushing, gotta keep moving. At the end of the day, you might get overlooked, but you gotta keep it pushing. You gotta keep moving at the end of the day. And for me, what I do and what my team does is we don't really get caught up in those things. Well, I told you, the grocery list is the only list I care about. At the end of the day, I need those eggs. I need that. I need those Pop-Tarts. I need those chips. I need that orange juice. I need that almond milk. That's the only top 5 that I really care about at this moment. Throw in the gummy worms. I need those as well. But on some real, like, people, and I said this before, people get caught up in people's personal opinion. If you were to feel like, yo, this dude Madison Jay is X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying, whatever with this guy, that's your personal opinion. Someone else, 5 other people are going to have a different opinion. And at the end of the day, that's their interpretation, that's their opinion. And you can't knock or miscorrect or misconstrue someone's opinion because it's based on their own personal beliefs and thoughts. So the same thing with lists. It's like, yo, I'm not included in a list. I already know what I do. I can sit back reflecting like, yo, I'm moving in X, Y, and Z fashion, so I already know I'm good. But at the end of the day, when the acknowledgement does come, I salute because it's like, hey, somebody tipping their hat to you, and that's always something that you always, pay homage to. Thank you. Hey, I'm just working at the end of the day. But for those, and if you're listening, and if you're looking, and you're one of those people that are like, damn, I know who Madison Jay is. I know he's moving. I know what he does. And you just choose to not give that acknowledgement, not give the look, not give the praise and the homage. At the end of the day, it's cool because I'll win you over time. There we go. We're going back to time. Time is the biggest lessons for these knuckleheads because they're going to see in time, this guy's the truth. We should have fucked with him from day one. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And one thing, like, going back to Carolina and Carolina music and stuff like that, I feel like a certain person like that I've been following since 2006 kind of cracked the window open.
Right.
Joshua Gunn, Jay Gunn,
yeah.
like he was on Music Mongols. He had his little beef with Bow Wow.
Yeah.
Came out with the track and
Chopped
everything.
his fucking head off.
And do you think that people took advantage of that?
Of course, you're going to have people who took advantage of it, but then you also, my thing is forget the people trying to take advantage of your situation to get on, but these people who actually have, like, a feeling of, like, disrespect towards towards the comments that he made about the city, about the area. At the end of the day, even though I'm from the R, still love to the Durham. That's that's my cousins over there in the Bull City. That's still 919 at the end of the day, so we're gonna ride regardless. But I was looking at the unity that came behind, like, yo, motherfuckers was ready to ride behind that. They were ready to ride on Bow Wow. If he would have come through these streets of 919, he would have got rode on. So
actually, I think I saw a video of him in some Durham.
Yeah, had to, because at the end of the day, Bull City's not fucking around. I'm not gonna let Shad Moss disrespect them on that level. They're gonna take care of that. And at the end of the day, that's what I love to see. At the end of the day, no violence or anything like that. But it was more of a, like, we got to check this guy because we're not going to take any shit or any disrespect from anybody, especially Shad Moss. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody that actually utilized the situation for unity in their end. Like I said, we ain't worried about people trying to capitalize.
It's funny that you say that because, like, that's one thing that a lot of people talk about is that they feel like one of the things that why North Carolina hasn't been able to get out there is because there is no unity.
Right.
Like, everybody's trying to get over on everybody and stuff like that, and, like, people not collabing together to form that strongness and everything. So, how do you feel about that? Because, like you said, you felt like there was some unity.
It's one of those things. It's a lot of unity within the state and within the different cities and stuff like that. I can't ever misconstrue that or get it misguided. There's a lot of unity within every city, within the NC and SC area. But this is also another thing is I've said this for years, is there's never been someone to be like, hey, I blew, let me put somebody on. It's always been, I want to be the first to blow. I want to be the first to make that move. I want to be the first to put us on. When really it shouldn't be about who's first. It should be about the force that's applied from everybody who's coming. Once one man get on, second man get on, second man put the third man put the fourth man. Guess what? You got 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 motherfuckers from your area that's on, as opposed to that one person who thinks they run shit, who thinks they the alpha and omega, when in all actuality, continue to put on, that's when the strength is there. That's when the legacy becomes, okay, we submitting something, because everybody's beginning to eat. If you get a plate and you eating by yourself, and the people around you, they see you eating, but they not eating, their ribs is touching, they in a starving situation, that creates some type of resentment. So that's, I think, something in the areas like that, hey, I want to be first. I want to be first, when really it should be, you know what, I got this on my plate. Hey, yo, bro, I'm divvying all these portions out so everybody eats equally. At the end of the day, it's strength in numbers. It's a slogan. It's a saying for a reason. It's strength in numbers. And I think once NC, we cleaning the slate. We wipe it. We wiping our eyes. We starting to see clear. The rain is gone. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now is we at the peak of NC's like gold rush musically. I think the next about 18 to 24 months about to be crazy for North Carolina as a whole, because not only am myself, not only is HES a part of that, but everybody else is going to be a part of that as well. That's going to be working. So that's my thoughts on that.
Okay. Let's go back to your project and everything. You've been pushing this project for how long?
Since last year in May. The release date was May 30th. Really, I've been promoting it since December of 2015. That was kind of, I let the cat out the bag, like, yo, I'm coming with some shit. Return of the Gap, the album is coming. And I wasn't really putting a release date out. I was just, putting out little things to let you know that I am working. The release date was May 30th. Here we are, September 21st, 2017. So, see shit, May, June, July, August, September. It's 16 months. 16 months, also almost like a year and a half. So here we are, still talking about this album, still promoting the album.
Okay, that's one thing I was about to ask you as well, because like I tell this story a lot, because like I kind of shoot myself in the foot about it and everything. Most people know Q like he's a wonderful. I'm not just doing a plug or whatnot.
Right.
He's a wonderful PR and everything. Like I remember this one time. Hit me up in my inbox, and it was this music video.
Right.
Dude with one eye, rapping about Trap Queen.
Right,
I was looking at it, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Right, what is this?
And I thought he was joking around and stuff like that, sending me that. I put it in the trash in there.
Right.
I ain't ashamed to say I put it in the trash.
Right.
I wasn't feeling it. A year later, the song came on the radio, and I was like, I've heard this before. Where have I heard this before?
Right.
Then I saw the music video, and I was like, wait, that's that joint that Q sent me.
Right.
That man pushed that album, that one track, for like, I think like a year and a half.
Right.
Like people don't realize like it takes time, like, because like, you see some people that they push tracks out after.
Right.
But if you like work one track like, or one album for a while, like, cause like there are some tracks that get on the radio, and some people that are like hip hop heads,
right,
they've heard it before, cause like they stay to the ground,
right,
and stuff like that. So like, how do you feel about like the way the progress of this?
Love it. I absolutely love the progress, and that's something that I took into account when I dropped the album. I was like, yo, I gotta push this probably for about 18 months to maybe like 24. So maybe like for 2 years, I need to push this project, because for one, it's so strong that I can do that. It's not gonna seem stale pushing it 2 years from now, because it's gonna be so. It's just the music is so timeless. It's so classic. It's such a heavy body of work. And then two, I knew just in terms of with the budget, in terms of being an indie artist, the reach that I have, and I'm like, I knew, okay, I'm gonna have to be able to push it continuously because I won't have the budget as an indie artist to push it up like a major. So I'm like, it's gonna take time for things to catch on. And like you said, I knew the same story about Fetty Wap, you know what I'm saying, with him pushing Trap Queen. And it's funny because I've seen it with so many other artists. It's a song that I might have heard on a mixtape that they dropped one year, turn around, that song ends up being on their album. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, that's the song that blew, which led to that actual album. So I understood that process, and just knowing I had a lot of bangers on the album, I'm like, well, I know I got these bangers on the album. I can keep pushing them until one of them catches. I see a lot of artists, like you said, they put out projects almost the same amount, but really how you should milk a single. Like, see niggas drop like 3 mixtapes, might be EPs or something like that, and it's cool. But if there's one thing about Madison Jay that people can say is like, yo, if they be like, yo, name a Madison Jay track, they not 9 times out of 10 they're not gonna be able to hit you with it. Damn, well, I don't know a track. They're gonna be able to know a track whether it's something like Eternity, whether it's Welcome to Madison Square, whether it's My Day to Come, whether it's Does She. Like, this is timeless music that I have under my belt. So with that being said, I'm a type of timeless artist. I'm gonna work things until they eventually grow. I'm gonna sprout the seeds until they start to sprout and grow, and goddamn it, we got fruit on the tree. What I'm not gonna do is, oh, it's a sprout. Damn, that shit ain't got no fruit. All right, I'm going on to I'm trying to plant the next thing. You'll never get a sustainable product if you don't cultivate it. You gotta cultivate that album. You gotta make sure that it grows. And that's something that if y'all niggas been following the blueprint, which I know y'all niggas have because I see y'all niggas out here trying to apply that blueprint. But if you see my blueprint of what I'm doing, I'm just milking the album, man. My Day to Come, I released that last year for 919. Now, this year for 919, it's one of the biggest songs out right now. So that shows you what a year makes, what a difference a year makes.
Okay. Like, what is your process of everything picking the singles and everything? Like, because I know that you had a listening party and everything.
Right.
So like, what is like some of the feedback that you got from the listening party, and how did you apply that to which singles to put out and which music videos to do and what songs to do a music video for?
It's interesting because first joint drop was Eternity. And I just dropped Eternity because it's such a hard record. Like, everything I'm talking about in the song is so real. Loso Corleone, shouts out to him. He did the beat. He laced me with that beat. And Autumn and my brother who's here, shouts out to Nice. He can vouch for me. I got that beat and I wrote that joint, you know what I mean, in the kitchen. I cooked that up, literally. And Eternity was born that way. I actually was trying to do a collab with another artist. Things didn't pan out, and thank God they did, because actually this song is just much harder just having me on it, just because it's such a mega tough song. Really with those singles, some joints that I had in terms of what the industry kind of craves a little bit, but just my own twang to it, and some of them they just grew organically. For instance, the intro, it touched people so much that I had to put a visual and actually had to put it out there a little bit because it touched so many people. And it's funny because it's not a dance track or anything like that. It's just a very real song. And then a song like My Day to Come, that was not intended. My team did not intend for that to be the money shot. To be what it is actually something else that we thought every day. We thought every day was the money shot. Had, R&B Cat on the hook, nice smooth Sam Perez beat. You know what I mean? Shouts out to Case with the Case Missing You sample. Thought it was perfect. Well, stars were lined up, but they weren't. My Day to Come was that one that took us which is taking us to the moon right now. So it's interesting because sometimes you can go with the process of trying to gauge if how the industry puts out singles, or you can just organically like, yo, what the people rock with. And if you got that, that relationship and rapport with the people, they're gonna let you know, like, yo, that's the song that's fire. Put that out right now. Or, that's all right. Or we feel like you're trying to sound like somebody else, or that's not the sound we want you on. Move on to something else. Cool. So, getting that feedback from the people on the singles, really sometimes for myself, it gives me a good outlook on where I should go next, or what song I should be putting out, or
Okay. The other thing I was going to ask you is, I don't know why this is slipping the event in Texas, because I
Right.
know that you invested yourself to go out there.
Right. For the second year in a row.
How was that experience, and is that something that you feel like most artists should
It's
try to
crazy.
experience?
It's one of the best experiences I've had as an artist. Being able to like be amongst the people and rock out and with the people who are like from 49 other states from that are not from where you're from, and it's just crazy because you'll run into these people and you might fuck around and forge lifelong relationships with people that you met at this festival, South by Southwest, which is so, like you said, other artists who need to come out to this. Independent, upcoming, emerging artists need to rock out with South by Southwest because it's so vital. Like I said, you meet such a diverse group of people that you never know who you're going to meet, whether it's somebody in the industry or just a new fan. It's just so vital and so important, and being that I've been blessed to rock, to touch that twice in a row, it's great. I love the atmosphere out there in Texas, blowing Big Boy Doty out there, beautiful women, great music, great food. You know what I mean? It's a blessing to do that, and I plan on being out there again this year on headlining some type of bill. You definitely can guarantee and cash that to the bank right now, county.
All right. So we're gonna take a music break, come back, and then we're gonna just chop it up, talk about real life events, music, sports, and everything. I gotta also run down my football picks and everything.
Right.
And we're gonna chop it up, cause something big happened this week as well, considering the NFL. Like I've talked to people about this, and like a lot of people, I'm a big Buccaneers fan and stuff like that, and it's a lot of controversy in the NFL right now, and there are a lot of diehard football fans boycotting in the NFL because of a certain reason. We're gonna talk about that and see how Madison feel about that, and I'm gonna go through my picks and everything, and I'm gonna actually talk about why I am actually still watching football and stuff like that. But we're gonna go into some music right quick, and then we're gonna come back, chop it up about life, music, entertainment, stuff like that. So first track I'm gonna play is the song that we just actually been just talking about, "My Day to Come" by Madison Jay. "My Day to Come" by Madison Jay.
Count.
Yes. We ready. We ready. We ready. We ready. Woo! We ready. Yeah. Hands up. South side, north side, east side. The ones who said that west side. Yeah. South side, north side, east side. The ones who said that west side. Yeah. Know where he from? Know where he at? Born in the cat, home of the Canes, home of the hills, home of the pack, tat. Slide through the cut, my nigga was good. They think cause I'm proper, that Madison Jay ain't come from the hood. I stroll through the R. I holla at Petey, holla at Two, holla at Kids. I know she gon' probably be mixed with the crew. Holla at Shice, holla at Black, holla at News, holla at Mez, holla at Rome, nigga we own. Yeah, holla at Ola, holla at Mills, who chasing that check. Ain't for the neck. Applying the pressures, I only do best. I'm rocking with Pooh, I holla at Ruger, I'm raising the bar. Got love for the city, hey, this be the R, this who we are, yes. I've been waiting for my day to come, so now I feel it's my time to shine. I've been waiting on my day to come, so now I feel it's my time to shine, yeah. We ready, yeah, we ready, yeah, we ready. For the ones who said that we won't. We ready, yeah, we ready, yeah, we ready. For the ones who said that we won't, yeah. Feel like the throne, feel like I'm home. Into my zone, I usher him in. But we ain't got time for lovers and friends, immaculate pen. If they pull it out, I might detonate. Rap crowds, I separate. Gotta stay around from these fucking fakes. Legendary, and this is just the debut. Labels try to enslave you. I'm so in tune with the matrix. Took it back to the basics. Mingled with all the races. Take my name, elevate it. This weed is called elevation. Okay, everything's cool. Just watch how you move. When we enter the groove, whatever you choose. You shoot for the stars, then you aiming to lose. Hey, I done waited 20-something odd years for this. Counting for life. That explains why I kill for this. Yes, I've been waiting on my day to come. So now I feel it's my time to shine. I've been waiting on my day to come. So now I feel it's my time to shine. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. For what you said that we want. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. For what you said that we want. Yeah, it's time to come up and show to our world why I'm next with the crown. Gave it the tapes. I just been working, the master the sound, master the craft. You would've thought I was fighting with Masons, growing impatient. Think of the minutes and seconds I wasted. The practice is ancient. Started my day with the waking and baking. And here go the flow. And give me your ears and even exchange. Oh Lord, I hope I don't fall from this game. I'm trying to make my way. Salute to my fam. I am what I am. You encourage the man, I hatching a plan. We letting them fold. Got glue on hands. They ain't get it. I push the limit. Sicker with it. Pictures I orchestrated, illustrated. Hope you get it. Yes! I've been waiting on my day to come. So now I feel it's my time to shine. I've been waiting on my day to come. So now I feel it's my time to shine. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. For what you said that we want. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. Yeah, we ready. For what you said that we want. Yes, nigga, yes. Yes. 919 always on my mind. Yes, this for the ones said that we want, yeah. Hello, sir. 919.
You can do it! Cut his fucking head off!
Young Money militia. You best believe, nigga. Guns.
I spit that shit that make a lot of white people nervous. I hit the stage and turn that bitch into a fucking circus. Flip the bird and then I point it at my enemies. Am I the greatest man alive? Bitch, you best believe. I rumbled in the jungle, I done been through hell and back. This is what it sound like when elephants attack. Lions, tigers, and bears, I be in beast mode. Stick my anaconda down your mama's deep throat. I'm the type that hit the strip club in pajama pants, so I can feel the full friction every private dance. Since a youngin' I would study how the G's do it. Riding through my city, bumping that OG unit. My windows down, singing.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, but these haters wanna take my life away. Boom, shaka laka laka. 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 Boom, shaka laka laka.
I feel like pimp slapping George Zimmerman, handcuffing and stuffing them in a minivan. Tell that pussy cracker never do that shit again. Then straight up make them say hello to my little friend. You might see me sliding with a pretty yellow bone. Never catch me talking reckless on my telephone. I'm just your ordinary hustler trying to live legit until my whole entire inner circle rich as shit. Flip the script and turn my dreams to realities. Plotting schemes towards increasing our salaries. Capital B-E-double-Z, that's who I am. Superman, that white boy fly. Jumping out the gym, NBA jam, give a damn. Let them hate, the champion heavyweight. I am the greatest, I let boom my ass. Punchlines hit them in the head, boy. Spitting them lyrical steroids. Too many rappers wanna see me dead, only in your prayers, boy.
Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, but these haters wanna take my life away. Boom, shaka laka laka. 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 Boom, shaka laka laka.
I'm the best ever.
Guns. They know my chopper fly. I ain't talking about no fucking helicopter ride. I'm talking hugs, pull a plug, tell a doctor bye. I packed the baby with me, rock-a-bye. Bullshit, I ain't the one you wanna pop it on. These bullets hit coaches and motherfucking soccer moms. I get busy on these niggas and it's not alarm. Until the SWAT's on your block like they got a bomb. Free to count me and my niggas, it's some one-on-ones. Shout T5, he took that shot, still fought that one-on-one. Shout to Flea, he ate that headshot, so he thinking murder. You fuck with me, I take that head count and start squeezing burners. Niggas eating mozzarella, parmesan, and cheddar. If they knew better, they do their mama better. I don't give a fuck about your cars and chains. I will reach and block a show you broad your brain. Listen, check me. I'm on some miserable shit. Damage your physical standard to plan for your family to melt and they mentally sick as the candles of bitumen slit. Bitch.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
Boom, shaka laka laka. 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 Boom, shaka laka laka.
I'm still on it, lone warrior on it, lone wolf in the moment, long looks and I might be the one that she going home with. Hurts, don't it? I'm riding these megahertz like the ocean. Wave files, I'm on the cut fillet style with Cavassier Proud or a Cabernet Mild. I guess I got taste now. Warm brandy, no chase, leave them face down. Wet panties, don't play, I'm on my way up. I'm feeling way up, murder she wrote. My niggas spray and leave them face up. All that bullshit, Olay, till my chips free Dolay. Give me that dip, then hit play. Don't give me no lip seafood play, I'm on my shit. It's toxic, I'm sick without my conscience. I ain't putting up with no nonsense, you can't check me on my conscience. Bad motherfucker, shaft style with some pussy. I ain't a killer, but don't push it. Lyrical warfare, and we coming at your head. We been on the block since we got up out the bed. We don't give a fuck what you heard, what you said. We coming for the bread. These bitches spread.
Lethal arts with lyrical weapons. Witness the way Mac finesses beats, put him to sleep with the gift of my essence. Hordes of foes can't hold me, spit like a soldier. So your hoes gon' know me. My pros are professional caliber, like Arthur, unsheathed in Excalibur. Possessing instrumentals like astral projection. Dissecting flow continuous, my progression. To be the master, blaster out the sky faster. The rocket implosions, I'm chosen. Opposition left frigid and frozen by mics I'm holding. I'm like Nas on the full tank of gas. Competition always exhausted, I'm never coming in last. So let that be known, me and Fat Boy coming for the throne. So go ahead and grab your domes. Battle like Reed Road, this and get hit with the ether and see the ruling over all your
lyrical warfare, and we coming at your head. We been on the block since we got up out the bed. We don't give a fuck what you heard, what you said. We coming for the bread. These bitches spread. Lyrical warfare, and we coming at your head. We been on the block since we got up out the bed. We don't give a fuck what you heard, what you said. We coming for the bread. These bitches spread.
Promises, yeah, laws, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm finna break me a record. I got the links, make the necklace. Chill. Talk to my shrink, I get reckless. I disregard them and I don't regret it. No, I'm finna break me a record. I got the links, make the necklace. Chill. Talk to my shrink, I get reckless. I disregard them and I don't regret it. No, you can't keep me around. No, no. Shorty, that pussy pathetic. Contract the tags on your ball. Yeah, know that I keep it authentic. Yeah. talking 80 plus 22. Oh, you keep shit 100, nigga? Well, guess motherfucking what? I keep that shit 102. Hitman gone, don't know what to do. Hitman gone, don't know what to say. Think about Hitman every day. Court most wanted double OK. Probably died when they killed Chris Turner. Now my niggas got a ball with a fucking burner. Rode through the side after Ren died. Nothing worse than seeing grown men cry. Gotta have the heart of a damn lion. Keep it real every single damn time. Gotta have to lead by a landslide. Gotta take the team to the chill side. I finna break me a record. I finna break me a record. Might just go break me a naked. Might just come bring me a Tekken. Bitch, I've been killing since Tekken. Who the fuck you disrespecting? I got the links, make the necklace. I sat up in the telly. Serve the food like it's a bed in the breakfast. Catch a nigga, leave him breakfast. You pussy boys need you some breasts. You pussy boys, where is your testes? I did want you niggas to test me. I pitch your ass with flying colors. Now I see them getting jealous. I grew up a young vigilante. Me and my dogs so rebellious. Fuck you, don't need you to help. I push the lead on the pencil. Draw your ass like a stencil. Draw your ass like an easel. Free all my people till they free all my people. Stay in the county with Portland. Long term for fighting the police. When I say my dogs is off the train, I mean my dogs ain't got no use. I'm finna break me a record. I got the links, make the necklace. Drip. Talk to my shrink, I get reckless. I disregard him and I don't regret it. Look, I'm finna break me a record. I'm finna break me a record. Yeah. I got the links, make the necklace. I'm finna break me a record. Yeah. I'm finna break me a record. I'm finna break me a record. Yeah. Talk to my shrink, I get reckless. I'm through the week, dog, I'm restless. Yeah. Rather count money or blessings. Don't give a fuck about no yes men. Married the gang, boy is my best man. Running my city since freshman. Clear the way, make me some room. Carry that stick like a broom. Act like it's all you could do. Get your ass split right in two. Blood drip down to his shoes. Turn J's into Christian Lou's. Should've never let a nigga lose. Cause I don't see no way that I can lose. I'm finna break me a record. I'm finna break me a record. Kill. I got the links, make the necklace. I'm finna break me a record. Kill.
I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. Roll a doobie up, smoke that now. Walking to the jewelry store, I need my diamonds right now. I can't change a thing, I tell them haters pipe down. Make them bitches wanna fuck, I need some right now. Money got me crazy, I can't lie. I'm believing I can fly. Want a girl that look like Keisha Cole with a body right. Smoking, drinking way too much, I made some changes in my life. Turning water into Sprite, man, it ain't even right. Hey, I get this money, let it stab. Hey, I get this money, let it stack. Ayy, I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. Tats all on my body, swear I'm feeling gnarly. I just want a smooth drinking party, bro, let's get it started. Bed always rocking like the crowd at Coachella. Oh, wanna they say I'm a handsome fella. Foot up on the gas and I ain't letting up. I just want a Billy truck, smoking hella loud till I'm feeling like my face is stuck. Girl, you know you're so fine to me. I just wanna rock your body till you fall asleep. Hey, get this money, let it stack. Hey, get the money, let it stay. I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I just feel bitch and now she starstruck. Getting to the money, yeah, it's all for us. I'ma get the bread and no letting up. I'ma get the bread and no letting up.
All right, we're back.
Hey.
We're
The
back.
bike and the bike.
We're back. All right, so actually, like I know, like people know with Quarantine Radio, I usually have like the list of the songs that I just played. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to the system and everything.
More fire.
Trying to remember everything that I just played. Well, I know I played Madison Jay's "My Day to Come."
Yes.
Then I played, Best Believe, Boom Shakalaka.
Yes, tough.
Featuring what's the guns? Corey Guns.
Oh, so that was Corey Guns on
Yeah,
the track. That was
that
crazy.
was-
I was
yeah.
like, yo, that sounds like Corey Guns.
Yeah, that was Corey Guns. Then I played a track that me and MD did the beat with the Fat Boy and my cousin, which I gotta give a shout out to. He just graduated in the Army.
Okay, shouts out.
2 weeks ago, so he's in the Army right now. He went through his training and
Shouts
everything.
out.
So he's out there doing his thing. Anybody like he was my port. I can't even say the word. But I was grooming him into this, but he decided he wanted to go to the Army. I gotta give him props for doing that. Then I played Real Dynamite breaking records. Like
Breaking records, okay.
yeah, hot track. I love that track and everything. Then I played Deion Star's Starstruck. That's the first time hearing that track. I was feeling that. I never heard that song before.
Yeah.
Like my friend, this is my friend's boyfriend and everything. And she sent it to me. I trust her judgment and everything. I was like,
Right.
okay, I put up on there and like I let her. I was like, yo, this shit hot right here. So hot tracks and everything. But before we get back into the interview, I got to run down my my picks and everything. And shout out to James Saunders. Like anybody that's been listening to Quarantine Radio from the beginning, me and James, like we go back and forth. If you in the sports, liquor, and stats group, me and James go head to head on everything. So he feels like even though I got the records, like we can go back to the archives of Quarantine Radio where because I heard when I was beating him, leading him in these picks, but he feels like he won every year, but that's here or nay. I wish there, but he got me by 1 point. We invited some people to join us. A couple people are leading us and stuff like that. But let me go over my picks and everything first. Right now, the Rams and the 49ers are playing. My pick, if you can actually see my pick, they got my pick. If you're on Facebook and you're seeing, they got my pick locked. So I was picking the Rams before. I picked my Rams before. They're leading the 49ers right now. I got the Ravens over the Jaguars. One of my upset picks is the Lions over the Falcons. I got the Broncos over the Bills. I got the Steelers over the Bears. Another upset pick that I got is the Browns over the Colts. I got the Dolphins over the Jets. I got my Bucks over the Vikings. I got the Texans over the another upset pick. I got the Texans over the Patriots.
Boo!
I got the Panthers over the Saints. I got the Eagles over the Giants. I got the Seahawks over the Titans. I got the Packers over the Bengals, and I got the Chargers over the Chiefs. I got the Raiders over the Redskins, and even though I don't really want to, but I got the Cowboys over the Cardinals. But those are my picks for this week. So we're gonna see how it goes. If you're watching on Facebook and everything, I'm about to show y'all like me and James go head to head, like I said, every year. And if you look at the picks right now, like he got me by 1 point. Let me see if it loads up the actual rankings. While it's loading up, I don't know what's going. Okay, yeah. See, like it's 3 people ahead of us. No, actually, 2 people ahead of us. Cause like James is actually tied for 3rd and everything. But big thing happened this whole year. Like I tell people a lot that I respect Jay-Z as a businessman.
Right.
But it's always Nas over Jay-Z for me.
Always.
Lyrically.
Always. We want to emphasize that as always.
This album that he just dropped was crazy. It was crazy.
Classic. Classic body of work.
And I had because I got Tidal and everything, so I got to listen to it. I caved in and got Tidal and everything.
Shouts out the Tidal. You already know.
And I listened to it. I was impressed because he was dropping jewels.
He was
dropping jewels.
He was. And it was
like and the crazy thing about it is, like, if you listen back to the diss between him and Nas, he actually said something about
trying to acknowledge. What? Oh, you trying to acknowledge it? Years later, guess who's trying to kick knowledge? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? So I guess he was. I guess he was then.
Yeah. So like with that whole situation, like right. I was feeling the whole track, but Jay-Z, it shows that he's a man of his word and everything. He's full of culture and everything, and the whole situation with the NFL this year, a lot of people are upset with the whole fact that Kaepernick is not signed, and we all know the situation. He decided to take a stand, take a knee for the injustice of the black community and stuff like that. How do you feel about Jay-Z? Because the Super Bowl.
Right.
Every artist wants to perform at the Super Bowl. And we haven't had a hip hop artist in a minute.
We at
halftime.
We haven't. I think Missy, she came off with Katy Perry set. I think maybe let me see. I think Pusha maybe was up for maybe the Clips was on Justin Timberlake's joint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then Nelly was on with Aerosmith.
Justin Timberlake was the last time MTV actually
did the
whole Janet Jackson and
yeah, that it's like we still refer to that. It's crazy. With Hove and what he was doing, man, I applaud him and salute him so much, and I'm glad that he came to the light to kick that real shit. But Hove always been kicking the real shit. But you know what I mean, in terms of a more political route, Hove definitely decided to step in and take a monstrous foot forward and stepping into that political conscious type of realm, letting people know like, yo, it's bigger than money, cars, hoes, and jewelry. Like it's other things outside of that realm. I would like to let Hove know that you're also a co-creator of that realm. You know what I mean? Money, cash, hoes, and other things. And throughout your career, you created that. So it's just basically, it's like your pops. Like, okay, you saw what I was doing when I was younger. You're trying to emulate that. And I was like, hey, I'm older, wiser. Let me spank y'all and let you know what it is. Hey, don't do that. That's what I get from Hove going this route of what he's doing. With this Colin thing, man, it's sad. It's honestly, it's just sad, man. We're witnessing a modern day lynching, and because I say modern day lynching because if this were back then in times of when that was cool, he's speaking out. Let's just say, hey, when he's in the back road, he just gets missing, type of situation. But now they can't physically do these things to certain figures, but what they'll do is they'll blackball them. And we know that this is something that is even done in white culture when things are spoken out on. So let alone black culture speaking on, touchy and very case specific issues. Some people are just gonna ruffle some feathers. So the thing with Colin, man, is that he's being blackballed, clear as day. People have come with arguments of like, hey, well, he's not good enough. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we can do the compare and contrast charts with other QBs who are signed. Mind you, an NFL roster usually has 3 to 4 quarterbacks on roster. So my thing is, Colin Kaepernick doesn't meet any of the requirements for any of these teams. And people are saying again that, well, last year he didn't have the stats and this, that, and the third. It's malarkey to me because at the end of the day, give this man a chance to fit in the system. Mind you, He's only been in San Francisco system, right? Correct? He's only been in that one system. So how about you try to implement him in another system and see can he actually go, as opposed to going off of stats and ratings off of something that's kind of misguided. He was a backup as well. So, you know, those numbers are a little jaded as well, but it's crazy because this is a modern day lynching. And go back to the times of Jim Brown. Go back to the times of Muhammad Ali. Kurt Flood, who stood out for free agency for baseball. And I apologize, I forgot who said it, man. They said that Kurt Flood, he had to take the sacrificial bullet in order for others to get free agency money of what they get now, and that was in baseball. I think Colin will be an example as well of like, yo, speaking out in modern day times. Modern day times are looked at as everything being Hallmark cards, cookies, and rainbows, as if none of these things have happened and as if things are just the way they are, when in all actuality things have been shaped, guided, and molded into what they are now. And basically what Colin is doing is kind of letting it known, I see what's going on even at this stature that I'm at, and I want to take a stand, and I want to bring some attention and some awareness. He's not giving the bird to anybody. He's not saying, hey, F the USA, and he's not taking the flag and rubbing it, you know, in the crack of his ass. But what he's doing is taking a systematic approach. What he's doing is taking a stand to the system. And my thing is do not people see the system that is up, that he's going up against? If you don't, then that's the problem right there. You don't see the injustice. You don't see that there's a misflip of the balance. You know what I mean? So I salute Colin. I am 100% behind him and others, because there have been other players and other organizations and leagues that have done the same as well, outside of just the kneel for the national anthem, actual, you know, things within the streets and the communities to also spread that message and spread that word as well. So I salute all of them. I encourage more people who are looked in power and certain tax bracket, please step your game up. Let's act like, you know what I mean, something's going on out here.
All right. The crazy thing about it is, like, come to find out, Kaepernick wasn't the first to do this.
Nah, he wasn't.
And nobody said anything. It's like it's crazy. Like, it seemed like his was just magnified, because like people were saying that, because like people noticed Lynch after the fact. Lynch was sat down.
Right.
And then it came out that.
Hello.
Oh dang! It seemed like I ain't got this whole thing plugged up. I gotta plug that up. But yeah, it seemed like people found out that Lynch been doing this.
Right.
And nobody said anything about it. So it's like, why do you think it got spelled out when?
That's an interesting question. I think there's some type of reason behind it. I don't know. It's funny because not knocking Colin, but when you compare Colin and Marshawn Lynch, Colin is more of a passive, you know what I mean, soft approach, soft tone, as compared to Marshawn Lynch, who's like literally what he personifies, beast mode. Like, hey man, I'm coming with real, I'm coming with a strong presence behind what I say. And I don't know if the powers that be were afraid that, hey, this cat might spill some beans. He might actually out-talk us. He might outwit us in us going against him. So let's go after let's go after him. Colin Kaepernick, he's not as strong in his what he's presenting. He is presenting some very good points and very accurate viewpoints. But I think they were probably scared of Marshawn compared to him and Colin and probably others that have done it. They probably, because mind you, when you think about it, Jim Brown is basically, his essence is in Marshawn Lynch. You know, Marshawn Lynch is the modern day Jim Brown. You know what I mean, even with the beads and actually, you know what I mean, him giving facts of, hey, this is my lineage, this is what my people are about. It's interesting that actually I wouldn't mind knowing further as like, why did the powers that be go after Colin? Like you said, when there's been other players even before Marshawn that have like, yo, I'm not standing up for this national anthem. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so that's an interesting thing, man. But that's my theory behind it.
Yeah, because like Lynch been controversial because like we had like everybody makes fun of it and everything.
Right.
Like, him not wanting to talk to the press and stuff like that.
Right.
And it was just crazy to me when I read that article. But there's certain things that some people say that I can agree with.
Right.
Because like with football, like you can't just plug and play certain quarterbacks in certain systems.
Right.
I understand where there are some systems that he wouldn't have fit in that needed a quarterback.
Right.
But there were some systems that he could have fit in.
Clearly could have fit in.
But and then like this whole the Ravens situation.
Right.
Where it seems like Ray Lewis got in his feelings because of what Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend did on the internet.
Right.
Basically, had put up a picture of Ray Lewis and the Ravens owner, and then had a picture of I'm now forgetting that movie right now. The movie with
the lineman.
Leonardo Capito and
Titanic.
Jamie Foxx. And Samuel L. Jackson was it was Leonardo Capito and Samuel L. Jackson next to each other. I don't know why, because I like that movie. So I know it starts with a D.
Divergent.
But yeah. So because Samuel L. Jackson in that movie was kissing up to Leonardo Capito, and Samuel L. Jackson was a slave.
Right.
So
Django.
Yes. So they said that basically Ray Lewis came out and said if it wasn't for that, he probably wouldn't have signed to the Ravens.
Right.
So you're going to keep this man out of a job because you got in your feelings.
Right.
Basically. And he thought it was good that justified.
Right. It's somebody like Ray, man. Just his, the backstory, of course, with the whole thing that jumped off in '99 with the double murder. And it's funny because people have thrown stones at Ray like, oh man, like this is someone who's a part of a double murder. At the end of the day, Ray is doing what Ray Lewis feels is right within himself. And who is someone else to judge? Is he right or wrong? Do I feel like he is right? I feel like he's a little misguided in his thoughts. But at the end of the day, Ray Lewis is a very smart man. He understands what he's doing, and at the end of the day, that he's entitled to whatever he thinks and whatever he want to say. Just understand that there's consequences and repercussions for those thoughts and things of that nature. Not as if anything will get hurt, but you could be looked at as made out to be a fool, because this could backfire on you just because of, hey, this man is actually standing for a righteous cause, and you're really here to say that you're trying to make a mockery of it in a sense. And it's funny because others, Vic included, Michael Vick, he's also included in terms of his hair. And it's like, Vic, Mike, bro, at the end of the day, you had braids. And this was braids at the pinnacle of braids. That was the style. I mean, I even got braids at that time. And for you to say he needs to cut his hair, it's like, bro, at the end of the day, when you went to prison, that was a move you made. You felt that you needed to make. But to tell someone that their hair is bringing attention, unwarranted attention, is straight bogus, because that's, the civil liberties that we get of being in this country. Like, to each his own. At the end of the day, that hair should have nothing to do with anything. Outside of that, man wants to grow his hair out. He wants to get it braided. And someone who's had hair, an afro, myself included, I'm like, that's nonsense. That's baloney. And coming from Michael Vick, bro, come on. At the end of the day, you've been on that road. You sat in between a chick's legs and got twisted. You know what I mean? Got your hair twisted. So you know the game, and you already know how it goes. And again, he's entitled to his opinion as well. But I'm just a little confused on Mike Vick's, where he's coming from, because it's like it kind of didn't need to be said. It wasn't anything that's a problem. Someone's hair. It's like telling, hey, AJ Hawk, you need to cut your hair. Troy Polamalu, you need to cut your hair. Like it has nothing to do with the actual issue at hand.
Okay. Going into other aspects of the NFL and stuff like that, because we have the people that are actually boycotting to the fact where we have some people. Like I was like I got this is my first year back in the game system and everything. I finally decided with game system. Like it took me a long time. Like I've been debating. Should I get Xbox One? Should I get a PlayStation 4?
Right. Which one?
I finally got the PlayStation 4.
Of course, Sony.
And I hit up somebody that I know is a big Madden fan.
Right.
And I was like, so you got the Madden, right? And I was like, let's start a league. Nah, I'm boycotting the NFL. I ain't going to play that until Captain is signed.
Right.
And like I respect people for what they're doing and stuff like that. Like even in church, like I went to church and they had a pastors against the NFL because of the whole situation stand up and stuff like that. And like I was blown away that they were even talking about this in church. Like they should stand up for the black community and stuff like that and not put our money into the NFL.
Right.
I can understand where people are coming from.
Right.
But at the same time, like I know people say it might just take one, but
that's all it takes is one.
I also look at the fact that we needed somebody, and it probably shouldn't be like that.
Right.
Like we had to wait to a person like Jay-Z, but we needed somebody with that power because like you want even though you have some NFL players that are still like taking a stand, you don't have any players like they sitting out like not playing in the game. Right.
The ramifications for that would be crazy. For a player to really sit out, honestly. But that's the sacrifice and kind of like that catch-22 of you making a stand like that. And it's interesting. For you were speaking on, you know what I mean, one of your homies like, yo, I'm not rocking with the NFL this year. These are the steps. These are the things that are required to make real change. You really have to. A lot of people like, why are you going to do that for? That ain't going to do nothing. That's going to do a lot. People don't understand the revenue that goes off of the fans that goes into the NFL. Basically, the fans make up the revenue of the NFL. If the fans don't spend money, then therefore the owners don't make money as well. So therefore, that's how you do a boycott. I think people get it misguided, misconstrued on what boycotts are. At the end of the day, if you hit, especially in the society that we live in, if you hit someone financially in their pockets, they're going to wake the fuck up and be like, oh my God, whoa, we need, okay, well, you want to change what? Let's do it. A, B, and C, let's change that, let's get that in effect. But once they see people go into the, not stopping their daily routines of every Sunday religiously watching or going to games, season ticket holding, supporting, whether it's buying merchandise or apparel, it's things like that that are slowly cushioning the pockets of these NFL franchises. And basically, if you want to boycott them, that means you have to cut off all things that are associated. Don't buy a fucking jersey, don't buy a game, don't watch the television, you know what I mean, because they get Nielsen ratings off of that. Don't watch ESPN that damn day. If you're really serious about an issue and making a stand, especially something as strong as a boycott, then you have to be 100% and knock off all activities with what is said of being boycott. So I salute people who are really about that, and I've been hearing more rumblings of people like, yo, I ain't rocking with the NFL this year. That's what's up. Because at the end of the day, damn it, we stand behind what Kaepernick represents and what he's standing for, the pillars that he's standing for. And at the end of the day, if we don't feel that due diligence is being met, let's make a stand and actually make our voice be heard as a people, as fans of this organization.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand that and everything. And like you said, like it's taken, because like I believe they said that the home opener was the lowest rating on TV.
Come on, bro.
Wow. So, and then like I kind of like noticed like in some games, like cause I kind of sometimes just glance on the TV screen sometimes, but I noticed some games that are being broadcast, there are holes in some of the seats.
Right.
And like usually like you would see those type of games blacked out.
Right.
But it seemed like they have no other choice.
No other choice.
It's like it's kind of like put in what I said at the beginning, because I talked to people about this, and I was like, it's not going to do like a big impact on the games as far as, because you probably going to still see people filling up those seats, but then I look on the TV and I'm like, there are still like sections missing.
Right. And it's something that, like, I mean, with it starts with something. You said it, you know, starting with one man, that's all it takes. Any revolution, any type of coup, any type of actual event of change is all started with one man, one group, one sound. And that's all it takes. How long that could go on, it depends. It could be one season, it could be 8 seasons, but the course must be pushed. It must keep going at the end of the day. It's like you get in an argument with somebody. You can't fall back from your argument. You must stand firm in your argument until it's heard. Once it's heard, then it's like, all right, well, actually at the end of the day, okay, but you have to push your argument. You got to push what you stand for, because if people see like you're reluctant behind what you stand for, they're going to keep stepping over you. And I think that's a situation of the organizations look at people like, yo, you're still going to spend money, you're still going to do this, you're still going to do that, so we don't care about your issue or what you're griping about, or we'll only put a Band-Aid over a stabbing, which is what I feel this issue has been like, especially for the NFL. Mind you, they had in the Rooney Rule, is it called the Rooney Rule, where they have to interview a quarterback, a head coach of color for interviews? The Rooney Rule. Yeah. And that was just instituted in the 2000s, bro. Yeah. Understand what I'm saying? The NFL has been around since the 50s. Since the 50s. So understand what I'm saying is, like, these aren't things that are just pop up out of the thin blue air. They've been there. It's just a matter of facing them. And now we have a group of people, a generation, a time period where issues like this are being addressed head on. And it's like, what are other people going to do? Are you going to fall down? Are you going to continue to go with the flow? Or are you really going to make some type of change? So we're in an interesting time in terms of sports, because especially with the NFL, because we could get a period of where ratings drop for seasons to come because of this issue.
True. But there are some, because like the Seahawks are one of the teams that actually tried out Kaepernick.
Right.
And then they said that they liked Kaepernick, but he just didn't fit, and they feel like he is going to be on the team this year.
Right.
So like they came out and like he's talented.
Right.
We have no doubt that he'll be on the team this year. So it's just something that we most likely gotta see how everything pans out.
Yeah.
But that's not what I wanted to do.
Piano riff was stupid.
Yeah, so we just gotta see how everything pans out.
Yeah.
Going back to just the music industry.
Right.
The music industry and stuff like that. How do you feel about like today's music as a whole?
I love it.
And did you even let me finish?
Straight up. Nah, you can finish though. My apologies. I love it.
So, because like a lot of people will sit there and they'll talk about how like each generation, because like there's some music, today's music and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I feel like it's a setting.
Right.
Type of music. Like cause like I started DJing stuff like that, and I'll go to, and then people request music, and then I was like, okay, so yeah, this vibes in this setting, but
right.
I wouldn't drop around with this music.
Right.
Is that how you feel?
I feel that way. I've always felt that way about with music in general. Whether like I'm a fan of '90s music, a huge fan of '90s hip hop, '90s R&B. That's my particular taste of what I like. It's not the end all be all of hip hop or R&B. It's just the era that I you know, I'm attached to via age and just growing up. But what's being cultivated right now, I love it because it's so diverse. And things have to grow. And I was one of those people who was like, yo, what the fuck is all this new shit that's coming out? But I got to understand these are my peers who are creating this music, or people who are in my generation that are creating. Anything about, you know, about the generation is that it's very expressive, it's very different. It's grown off of different ingredients. So with that being said, you're going to get a different byproduct of those different ingredients. I don't rock with all the music this way in the 90s. I didn't rock with all the shit that was dropping. Some of it was kind of, it was all right to me. Okay. But also a lot of heat. The same with this era. Some of the music is, okay. But it's also a lot of heat. And, a lot of people are putting out a lot of great bodies of work. And people are kind of overlooking it because it's like, it's new. It's the new shit. So it's like, I ain't got time for it. When the same way, when Illmatic dropped, people was like, yo, this shit's a classic. There's other projects that have dropped in this time. I don't want to say compared to Illmatic, but I'm like, yo, that's a solid body of work. You need to check it out. Oh, I ain't never heard of it. Like, you never heard of it. Like, that's almost, you know, 20 years from now, that'll sound blasphemous because it's like, damn, this shit is going to stand the test of time and you never heard of it. Like, it's been out for 2-3 years now. Like, but music right now, just like with the NC scene, music right now is it's at one of the points of where you're seeing something that's never happened before. You're getting a mix and diverse group of artists, from XXXTentacion, Lil Uzi Vert, Madison Jay, you know, so on and so forth. You're getting a melting pot of artists, Joey Badass, Kendrick Lamar, your Coles and Drakes and things of that nature. It's just such an eclectic group of artists that it's like whatever your taste is, whatever your flavor is, there is something adequate enough for you to snack on. So I'm loving music right now. Not all of this shit, but I love a good portion of the music that's coming out because it's something different. And you always need something different to spice things up.
Okay. Yeah, I can rock with that because, like I said, like I talk about this and everything.
Right.
Because like I even had one of the people that Q put me on, and I talked about it on that show. Like I really wasn't feeling that Fetty Wap.
Right.
And you see, like, and a lot of people look at me like I was crazy.
Right.
Like you had the opportunity to, and you didn't.
Right.
Like, I wasn't feeling it at
right.
the time. And I missed out on my opportunity.
Right. I mean, it is what it is.
But I've interviewed people that later on became big and stuff like that. 'Cause
right.
I look at Love and Hip Hop, and I see Hazel E.
Right.
I interview Hazel, and I'm not going to say, but then I interviewed Lyrical Anderson.
Right.
And I sat there, I'm like, wait a second. I interviewed them. So, like, it's not like, I didn't interview people that actually eventually.
Right.
But, like, yeah, he had his thing. Like, and this is another thing, because, like, I've seen somebody mention this, too. Like, do you think, like, sometimes people hit too fast? Where
sure.
they have that one hit single, and then like they can't reproduce another.
Yeah, definitely. And it's for it's different factors that go into that. Some people just don't have the work ethic. Some people just can't find that spark, that magic find the spark and magic again. Some people just whether it be label situation. I mean, it's different factors of where some people are just not as successful in their second attempt after the first one was so successful and profitable and whatnot. But at the end of the day, a strong work ethic is always going to take you very far. If you're continuously working that record, that next record that you need is going to come out of that pile of records that you've already been working on, or whatever situation you already got going on, something's definitely going to come out of it. So you got to have a strong work ethic to make sure everything, you know, you got some things you can choose and pick from. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as what you got going on,
Right.
What do you have in the works and everything?
Oh my God! Right now, I'm on the My Day to Come tour. I've been promoting the My Day to Come record, so we've just been going from city to city: Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia. We'll be heading up north, deeper into the fall. We'll also be heading to Oklahoma City. Just pushing this thing, man, as far as we can. So it's crazy because this My Day to Come tour is coming out of my own pocket. Sponsored by County, in cahoots with On the Scene NY. And we're putting together something, man, that's never been done before. Just this past Saturday, I performed on a rooftop in downtown Raleigh, Alexander Square, for a pop-up performance. And there'll be more pop-up performances from me. No ill, I'll definitely keep you in the loop so you can check some of those out, man. But we're doing something different, man, on this My Day to Come tour. A lot of stops will be pop-up spots in your little boutique shops, or it might be in a hood park or something like that, man. We're really touching the people, trying to do different alternative ideas instead of just, okay, if I'm not able to snag this venue, hey, I'm still able to touch the people, because at the end of the day, I'm not afraid to admit, like, hey, the budget is not there. We're not at that level yet of where we want to be 100%, but we still got a good 60% in the tank that we're going to rock with, and we're going to use that 60 to the fullest. So I'm very excited. The My Day to Come tour has been very successful so far. Touched a lot of people. Been traveling a lot. Traveling I've done in the past probably 5 years, and I'm very excited about the future. The fall is coming up, and if you're trying to get bookings for Madison Jay, please contact Welsh A Michael at gmail.com. That's Welsh A Michael at gmail.com if you are booking Madison Jay. And please feel forward, man. We're looking forward to bringing the My Day to Come to a venue and a spot near you. I am so ecstatic about getting this record out to the masses and blessing them with other records as well. So I got the My Day to Come tour, and I got some new music that's getting ready to come out as well. So people gear up for that. In the meantime, in between time, just check out Return of the Gap, man. I also got the 9/8 freestyle. I dropped that, as well as the Goody My freestyle. So just some loosies for people to rock with until new music really does come.
Okay.
But catch me on that tour. Catch me on that tour, though. My Day to Come.
All right. And right now, one of the biggest things with independent artists, like, cause there is ways for independent artists to get out there,
right,
and not have the machine behind them. And
right.
One of the things is the streaming. The streaming has
yeah.
been helping a lot, because like you have, like, in the past, because I saw this interview with Jada Kiss and Little C.
Right.
They were on
Drink Champs.
They were on Nori.
Yeah, Drink Champs. Yeah.
They were on Nori, and they were talking about how the era when they were in the music industry, the grind that they had to do and stuff like that, compared to how it is now, where social media is helping a lot.
Right.
I want to say it's making it easy, because like you can't say that it's making it easy, because like you gotta know how to market yourself socially.
Yeah, it's not just automatically
like,
gonna happen.
If you don't know how to do that, like you gotta know about SEOs and stuff like that, and tag-ins and stuff like that, because like you'll just fall into the crowd if you don't actually put yourself out there.
Sure, indeed.
And use the right formats and stuff like that. But like, let's talk about the streaming. Like you got your connection. Make sure that you got your streaming.
Right. Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah. All.
How were you able to get yourself out there to get into those platforms?
Just basically just connecting, just really connecting those dots, and linking up with the people who can get me up there for the most part. And it's easier said than done, but once you just kind of get those connects, utilize them in terms of utilizing those platforms. Streaming is something that I take very serious, just because should I eat off of streaming in a sense. Nice little check comes through for myself every month in terms of with the streaming. And basically that streaming, it goes into advertising and marketing, because you're trying to push, advertise, and market that record or that project, so therefore people can stream it. And I'm just a constant pusher of my music. So every day I'm constantly pushing people, trying to get them to stream on whatever platform they choose to. But just understanding that for upcoming artists, always make sure, I don't care what you do, every day promote something, because you never know who you're going to catch one day, and you never know that next thing that next person that's going to take you to the bank and like really cash out on you and really take you to that next level, just that from a fan to artist perspective. So promote every day, every day, every day. And once you get on those platforms, let people know that you have stuff on those platforms. Just don't negate it and leave it alone. Let niggas know, like, yo, I got an album on Spotify. Go check it out. I got an album on Tidal. Go check it out. I got something on Apple Music. Go check it out. Something on iTunes. Go check it out. Google Play. Go check it out. Amazon. Go check it out, which I do have things on that. Go get Return of the Gap and For Eternity, the single. Please support. Thank you. But it's key in this game, especially as an indie artist, man. Get those streams up. It's not going to be something that happens overnight, but with consistency and persistence, things will pay off, man. And that change is going to turn to the bags over time.
And I'm not about to ask you about like how much money you're making on it and stuff like that, but you do have some major artists out there that are upset with their stream comparison to their revenue.
Right.
Like,
they should have never signed the deal, because at the end of the day, these are things that, like I said, I'm doing this from my own bag. And it feels so good to know that change is coming to me because of the hard work that myself and my team have put in. So for artists, it's 50-50, man. When you put yourself out there for that major, understand that that's a big sacrifice that you're giving to the label for whatever the label in exchange is giving you. The same way the elbow grease and the hard work that you put into your own work, you're going to get that back out. It's going to be a little bit more tedious, but you're going to get it back out tenfold. So it's like at some point, we'll have to, myself and my team will have to come up to that label and let them know, like, yo, we need to, we need to be solid and we need to be firm in what we're doing, and you need to rock out with me. But until then, in between time, I'm just going to continue to push these independent records, man, and just milk it the way that I know the blueprint that's been laid to me from Jay-Z with Rockefeller Records and so on and so forth, man. Eazy-E and Ruthless, Suge and Death Row. Just take a DIY approach, do it yourself. So like I said, those rewards, you can reap those for yourself.
True. Cause like I said, I tell everybody, like, I respect Jay-Z as a business.
Right.
Like, he actually took some of my ideas, cause like, some of the stuff that he's doing is stuff that I thought about in high school. Like,
right.
I actually was, like, I was strange in high school. Like, I always thought about owning my own record label and stuff like that. And I actually thought about, like, combining my record label and actually started sports management and stuff like that. Getting an athlete underneath my belt. And then, like, a couple of years later, I see Jay-Z actually doing it. So I'm like, I have a good idea.
I was saying, now mind you, P, remember when P signed Ricky Williams? P had signed Ricky Williams, and I think he signed somebody else in basketball too. That didn't work out too well, but it's just like the two go hand in hand, sports and with hip hop, of course, but you're a great mind though, Ilya. I mean, you guys still got a great mind though, bro. Still great mind.
Yeah, I just didn't have. I guess I should try harder to do it, because like, I actually had somebody that one of my friends, they were playing basketball, and I said I was gonna put it on, but he went into college and he stopped playing.
Right.
So
thanks, of course.
So
thanks, man.
So I was sitting there. I was like, a couple years later, and I see that they doing exactly what I was thinking about.
Right.
Doing and stuff
Right.
Like that. So, like, I had good ideas. I just didn't
fully
follow through.
Right.
Didn't follow through and stuff like that. So between the platform, you don't actually have like which one actually benefits more and stuff like that. Or?
Honestly, that's interesting. I did some research, and I did actually find one that was where most of the streams were coming from. I can't really give a reason why. It just might be the accessibility in terms of some people are more leaned over into one platform than the other. But I'm just thankful to be able to get touched on all platforms. Some like Deezer, iHeartRadio, iHeartMedia, things like those not higher tier streaming levels, but still streamable. I'm just thankful to get those as well, especially your Tidals, your Spotify's, your Apple Music. I'm at the end of the day, just anything. I'm humbled in the word to get it, because it's not easy to get. You know what I mean? People don't have to listen to your music at the end of the day. They don't have to stream that shit. So for people to do it and you actually get compensated for it, it means a lot.
True. And another thing, like, cause like that's one thing, like, I'm trying to get into is like on the YouTube and stuff like that. Cause I do notice that with some people, like, they'll have their music, and they'll have like just a picture, people can listen to their music, and you get that YouTube, like I feel like they done gotten smart about what they're doing and stuff like that, where they don't pay you unless you get enough a certain amount of money. They want to see that you're somebody that they can actually invest in and stuff like that. But like social media right now, like you look at what's the girl name? It's
Issa Rae?
Yeah, Issa Rae.
Yeah.
She has the show Insecure. You just look at all these people that they started with their shows, and like I'm not trying to plug nothing in. But him actually started a web series and stuff like that. But like that's my thought. Like there's so many avenues that you can go in, and like you just got like it's not easy. Like you can't look at it as easy, because like I said, you got to know how to market yourself socially. Because like you could have a diamond, but you don't know how to put yourself out there. And it's not just having a machine behind you, like you said. You just got to put it in. Like I know some people that they are business smart, very business smart, and they artists and stuff like that. And I haven't quite figured out why, like how come they're not as further along as they should be. Cause they sit there and like they be telling me stuff, and I honestly like look at them, I'm like, yo, you should be, and like their music is like I really I'll be sometimes I'll be puzzled, like, but it's just the way that you gotta find like your avenue, target market and stuff like that. And that's what some people just gotta know, like your target market, focus on that target market, and then branch out, have that target market. Branch out, have you branch out to them and stuff like that. Introduce them to somebody else or something like that.
Got to. It's key, and I mean, and people don't understand, man. It starts with one person. That one grows to 5. That 5 grows to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to let's say 75, so on and so forth. Like your fan base will grow if you put the work into it. If you don't, then you'll just continue to have maybe about 3 to 8 solid fans with the bunny ears, quote unquote fans. You just got to continue to build and build with your fan base as well. Be consistent with them, knowing that, hey, you're building something as well. Continue to build with your fans. Let them know. Let them know that they are appreciated, because at the end of the day, without fans, there is no artist. So you got to let the fans know. Communicate with the fans. Give them that respect with quality music and just accessibility. You know what I mean? Don't make yourself too non-accessible, and also don't make you well, at the end of the day, whatever your fan base want, whatever the music, if you're making trash, if you're making heat, they're going to want it regardless. So I can't really say that, but just be consistent for your fans, man. At the end of the day, supply them with good dope that to where they're not going to feel like, oh, you undersaturated them, or, so.
Okay. What is something else that you would like to, while we wrapping everything up, what is something that you would like people to know about what you're about to do, and what they need to know about you, people that don't know who you are and stuff like that?
Well, if you don't know who I am, I don't listen. What you need to do is remove that fucking rock that you've been living under, man. Because Madison Jay is out here. He's making tremendous strides. He's making dumb moves. And he's a man of the people. And when I say a man of the people, I'm not talking about that corny ass shit. I'm literally a man of the people. You already know I'm the president. So I'm touching the people. I'm out here kissing babies. I'm really out here doing what I do. You already know it's county. My day to come. That's what's going on right now. Please request that at every radio station, every internet radio station, every video playlist. Make sure you go support the video. It's available on my YouTube, youtube.com/the Madison Jay. You already know my day to come tour. We are on the road. We're touching cities. We're continuously booking. It's nothing that's solidified as of yet. Literally, we're on the fly. We're booking these dates because we want to touch the people as they come. So like I said, if you're trying to get booked, make sure you contact welshamichael@gmail.com. That's Welsh, WELSHAMICHAEL @gmail. That's Google Mail, gmail.com. Make sure you hit that up if you're trying to book Madison Jay. Make sure you're in tune with me on themadisonj.info. That is the website. Everything that you need to know about the kid is up there, all the visuals and whatnot. Follow me on the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, The Madison Jay, Snapchat, Return to the Gap, all one word. I mean, come on, man. The brand has been building. We've been bubbling, man. We're cooking up that exclusive mouth-watering shit to get your shit numb, man. Please, don't ask me any more questions about who I am. You need to know I am Madison Jay. This is County. This is HCS. You already know, man.
All right. And I appreciate you coming on the show. And
Stop
everything.
that, bro. You already know.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Much love and everything. Like I tell everybody, this the relaunch, new platform and everything. The reason why I chose Spreaker and everything is because I can expand more on Spreaker and stuff like that. We're gonna soon have an app. Be on the lookout for that. We have a new website. I decided to detach myself away from quarantineradio.com. Went to quarantineenterprise.com. It's more than just a radio show. So I'm building up on the website. It's up live right now, but it doesn't have any content. But you go up there. We're going to start working on putting on the content. We're going to have the blog back up there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can no longer be like, go back and look at this because all the content that was on quarantineradio.com is no longer there.
Right, she's gone.
And you can email me at info@quarantineenterprise.com. I know it's long and some people might get mixed up with the double E's in the middle, but it's quarantineenterprise.com. info@quarantineenterprise.com. Independent artists, email me your music to put up on the show and everything.
Fire only.
I am putting stuff up. Like, that's one thing I pride myself on. Like, I go back and listen to old episodes and I be like, dang, I have some hits on here that people be sending me and stuff like that. And I am grateful that I know all these people that play. They be able to send me this music, and like it's basically free promotion because I don't charge people to send me their music and stuff like that. There are people that will charge people or they're gatekeepers. If I enjoy your music,
These niggas, man.
I'm gonna play your music. I enjoy it. I'm gonna play. And now that we're gonna work on the streaming, you might see me vibing to the music. Like I used to do that all the time, like sit here and vibing. And I'm working on the phone system and everything where I'm gonna get a number so we can get back to where people can call in, talk to the guests and stuff, ask you questions and stuff like that. Like that's one thing I'm not gonna take away from Blog Talk Radio, but that was one thing that's very accessible and stuff like that. But it was limited.
Yeah.
It was very, very limited. I love being on Blog Talk Radio, but it was very, very limited. But I gotta say one thing that they have a heads up on everything is like they supplied you a phone number. People will call in. You have several people on the line at one time talking and stuff like that. Because I want to go back to the debating, like especially with James Saunders. Like you'll go back to the old episodes. Like you can still go back to Blog Talk Radio, see all my archives,
right,
stuff like that. Like everybody knows I like debating about sports, so I'm looking forward to, like, not all the time we can bring people to the showroom, especially like if they don't live in North Carolina. Like
Right.
The next couple guests that I'm having on the show actually live in North Carolina, so we're going to work out the kinks as far as the streaming. It didn't go as I planned, but I'm going to see if I can chop up these videos, put it up on YouTube. If it don't work, you have the audio. It's going to be an archive. You can come back and listen to it anytime. And Madison dropped jewels tonight, as always.
County, you already know.
Like I said, and like he has his tour. Be on the lookout. His social media, he already told you. The Madison Jay. Check him out on all social medias. Keep up to date with what he's doing. But like I said, I appreciate him coming on the show. Tuesday, I actually got to look because, like I said, I've been talking to people all week. I got to check to see who I got on what and what. But be on the lookout. Quarantine Radio come back Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Like I said, I appreciate Madison Jay coming up.
I had to, man, for the relaunch. It's only right, man. Here from my brother Il McKenzie. Quarantine Radio, we back. You already know we bike.
And just keep on listening. Keep on listening, and we're going to keep on bringing that heat back to the way that it was. All right? This show has been quarantined. Well, they did.
One time for the check-in with my dog, my homie, Il McKenzie, straight out of ATL, Georgia. And you know how we rockin' out here, baby. Let's get it.
Hey, this is Nola Ada, and you are now rocking with Il McKenzie, right here.
Yo, what it do, world? You are now tuned into the sounds of Quarantine Radio.
It's your boy Gabe, and I want to give a big shout out to Quarantine Radio. Make sure you check them out every Tuesday and every Thursday. And thank you for supporting my new single, Down Low.
I tried being humble. I tried being humble. I tried being humble. Humble get no respect.